Welcome to the channel, and get ready for an exciting deep dive into one of the most unbelievable stories in modern coin collecting. A journey that begins with a seemingly ordinary 1980 quarter dollar, but quickly transforms into one of the most astonishing numismatic legends ever told. Because today we're exploring how this regular-looking Denver-minted coin, the kind most people would spend without a second thought, became the center of attention in the coin world with a jaw-dropping value of $30 million, a figure that almost sounds impossible until you start uncovering the rare errors, the bizarre minting anomalies, and the unusual production circumstances that pushed this coin from pocket change all the way into the territory of unimaginable wealth. And as we unfold layer after layer of details, you'll start to see why this one coin, struck more than 4 decades ago, holds a story so powerful, so mysterious, and so compelling that collectors around the globe continue searching through their change, hoping to stumble upon the next hidden treasure. Because the 1980 quarter is not only rare, but possesses a combination of mint blunders that are so unlikely they might never occur again. This incredible value begins with the foundation of its minting year, 1980, a time when the United States Mint in Denver was operating at high speed to meet the nation's coinage demands, producing millions upon millions of quarters every single month. And under such intense production pressure, even the smallest technical oversight could result in defects. Yet the coin we're talking about wasn't made from just one mistake. It was born from a sequence of errors that lined up perfectly to create one of the rarest modern quarters imaginable. And the first major anomaly starts with a dramatic off-center strike, where the design was shifted so far to one side that a significant portion of Washington's bust and the surrounding inscriptions weren't properly struck, leaving an obvious misalignment that collectors dream of finding. And this type of error alone can already multiply a coin's value many times over. But the magic of this legendary quarter doesn't stop there, because the next thing experts discovered was the presence of a double strike overlapped on the off-center base, meaning the coin was struck once in the wrong position, somehow ejected incorrectly, then struck a second time with a partial rotation, creating a unique layered effect of doubled lettering, distorted images, and noticeable shadows around the lower portions of the design. Not only that, but hidden within the fields of the coin was one of the rarest mint mishaps of all, a dramatic clipped planchet error, where a curved section of the coin's edge is missing entirely due to a misfeed during blank punching, and this missing chunk of metal further confirmed that the coin was subjected to chaotic conditions during its creation. Because of this clip, the reeded edge shows abrupt stops and irregularities that would be nearly impossible to replicate artificially, making it a clear sign of genuine mint error origin. But the chain of errors doesn't end there, because upon closer examination, specialists identified another anomaly under magnification, a faint but undeniable die crack stretching across the reverse side, linking the eagle's wing to the rim, a sign that the die used to strike the coin was deteriorating and developing structural fractures. And such a crack adds even more value, because it proves the coin was made during a very short window, when the damaged die was still in use before mint workers replaced it, meaning only a few coins could possibly have been struck under these exact conditions. Even more astonishing is that this extraordinary combination of errors occurred all on a single coin, an event so statistically improbable that many experts consider it one of the rarest modern error profiles ever documented. And the story becomes even more intense when we consider the condition this coin was found in, because despite all these minting blunders and its turbulent journey through production machinery, the 1980 quarter surfaced with extremely high-grade surfaces, displaying crisp details, minimal circulation marks, and strong luster across its fields, a level of preservation that suggests it was either set aside immediately after minting or lost from circulation before experiencing significant wear. High-quality mint errors are rare enough, but when you combine the highest level grading with multiple significant errors, the value can skyrocket beyond anything most collectors could dream of. Another factor fueling its insane $30 million valuation is its unmatched uniqueness. Because in the world of coin errors, rarity is everything, and when an error is both dramatic and easy to authenticate, it becomes a magnet for wealthy collectors and auction bidding wars. And as this coin entered the spotlight, word spread quickly across private collectors, museum curators, and high-end numismatists, each recognizing that the odds of another 1980 D quarter having this exact combination of anomalies bordered on impossible, and because of that, offers poured in, each one more unbelievable than the last, eventually leading to intense bidding that pushed the price into the realm of eight-figure history. This remarkable quarter also carries a deeper story about the Denver Mint's operations in the early 1980s, a period where newer machinery was being integrated with older systems, causing occasional synchronization issues, and many numismatic historians believe this transitional period may have contributed to the conditions that produced such a chaotic combination of striking errors. Meaning this coin is not just rare but marks a moment in American minting history where mechanical imperfections accidentally created a masterpiece. And what fascinates many collectors is the idea that coins like this could still be out there waiting to be discovered, hiding in old jars, forgotten drawers, dusty boxes of change, or even in the pockets of everyday people who never think twice about checking their coins, which is exactly why stories like this inspire treasure hunters around the globe to keep searching, because finding even a fraction of these errors can result in life-changing rewards. Just imagine the shock of someone holding what they think is a normal 1980 D quarter only to find out it contains the same rare off-center strike, double strike rotation, clipped planchet, or die crack that made this legendary example worth $30 million. The truth is that the U.S. Mint, despite its precision, can still produce the occasional miracle error coin, and while most mistakes are caught and destroyed, some slip through the cracks, ending up in circulation and awaiting discovery. For collectors, this possibility is what keeps the hobby alive, the thrill of never knowing when an ordinary coin might turn out to be an extraordinary treasure. And as our story of the 1980 D quarter reaches its peak, it becomes clear that value isn't just determined by rarity alone, but by the intensity of demand among passionate collectors, the historical significance of the minting conditions, the dramatic visual appeal of the errors, and the undeniable uniqueness that no other coin can match. All these elements blended together have made the 1980 D quarter one of the most astonishing discoveries in the world of modern U.S. coinage, a true icon of numismatic mystery, and a powerful reminder that sometimes the most valuable treasures in life are the ones hiding right in front of us. Next, 1977 $quarter USA coin. We are diving into one of the wildest, most unbelievable, and most talked about stories in modern coin collecting history, the mysterious 1977 $quarter that has stunned collectors and experts, with a mind-blowing value reaching as high as $19 million. A number so huge and so unexpected that people around the world are asking how an ordinary Washington quarter from a common year could possibly command such a fortune, and the answer is hidden deep within the world of mint errors, rare, striking anomalies, and strange production mistakes that create some of the most valuable coins ever seen. So get ready, because this story blends rarity, mystery, and possibilities that push the limits of what a simple coin can be worth, as we break down why a 1977 quarter might carry such an astonishing price, and what kind of mistakes could transform a 25-cent piece into a multi-million-dollar collectible. The first thing that makes the 1977 quarter so fascinating is that it was struck during a period when the U.S. Mint was transitioning equipment, adjusting dies, and dealing with a variety of mechanical issues that sometimes cause misalignments and striking inconsistencies, meaning the possibility of rare mint errors from this era is very real, and collectors have documented multiple unusual specimens from the mid-70s. For a coin to reach a value as high as $19 million, the error must be extraordinary, extremely unusual, and essentially one of a kind, something that cannot be replicated or explained easily, and one of the theories behind such a coin involves a dramatic double strike where the quarter may have been struck twice with a significant rotation, creating overlapping images of Washington's portrait or duplicated lettering, something so bold and eye-catching that it becomes instantly recognizable as a minting accident of historic proportions. Another possibility is a wrong planchet strike, where the coin was accidentally minted on a planchet intended for another denomination or even another metal composition, such as a clad dime planchet, a copper foreign planchet, or a leftover experimental piece that somehow slipped into the machinery unnoticed. A phenomenon that has happened before with other years and has resulted in auction prices reaching hundreds of thousands, and in very rare cases even more. But for a $19 million valuation, experts believe that the hypothetical 1977 quarter would need an extreme and highly unusual wrong planchet scenario, possibly involving a rare transitional metal that was never intended for circulation, something the mint may have experimented with briefly behind the scenes, and if such a planchet made it into production by accident, the result could be a truly unique piece unlike anything else ever discovered. Additionally, there is the possibility of a major die cap error where a previous coin became stuck to the upper die and acted like a stamp, causing a dramatic distorted impression on subsequent coins, leading to a bizarre, stretched, concave design that looks almost sculptural and rare enough to instantly attract high-level collectors, especially if the details remain sharp enough for experts to confirm its authenticity. Some collectors also speculate about multi-strike blockage errors, off-center obverse impressions combined with rotated reverse designs, or even a once-in-a-lifetime mated pair separation that left each half with complementary impressions that still match perfectly, something so unusual that it becomes nearly priceless when both pieces exist. Another factor that adds to the myth and rarity of a coin like this is the condition. If the coin survived in an unusually pristine state despite a dramatic error, such as having full luster, sharp rims, and no circulation wear, it would immediately attract competition from top-tier collectors and investors with the financial power to push the price to extraordinary levels. Coins from the 1970s also sometimes have weak strikes or die deterioration, and if a 1977 quarter were found with a combination of severe die polishing lines, dramatic doubling, or unusual metal flow patterns, it could stand out from the millions of ordinary coins minted that year, making it a prime candidate for study, speculation, and intense bidding wars. Another spectacular possibility is the discovery of a mule error involving a mismatched obverse and reverse, perhaps pairing the 1977 Washington obverse with a reverse designed for a completely different denomination or even a proof die that was accidentally installed on a circulation press. The kind of mistake that should never happen under standard mint protocols, but has occurred in extremely rare cases, such as the famous mule coins that have sold for staggering amounts in the past. A mule error from 1977 involving a Washington quarter could be one of the most sensational finds in modern American coinage, especially if both dies were crisp and the strike quality preserved every detail, immediately making it a must-have for elite collectors. We also cannot overlook the possibility of a dramatic off-metal strike, such as a 1977 quarter struck on a silver planchet even though silver had been phased out for circulating quarters more than a decade earlier, and if such a coin appeared, it could suggest leftover experimental alloys or production anomalies that slipped through unnoticed, generating intense debate within the numismatic community and driving its value into the multi-million-dollar range. Layered on top of these possible errors is the enormous influence of rarity, collector psychology, and the thrill of owning something one of a kind. And when a coin with an extreme error appears on the market, its story alone can multiply its value because buyers are not just purchasing a piece of metal but a moment in minting history that cannot be duplicated. For a coin like the 1977 quarter to reach $19 million, the discovery would need to come with a captivating backstory, perhaps involving its accidental preservation in a sealed bag for decades, its appearance at a major auction where experts confirmed the error under magnification, or the revelation that it was struck during a testing phase that was never publicly acknowledged, all of which add layers of intrigue that collectors love. It is also possible that such a coin could be the only known example of a rare transitional composition, similar to historic coins that gained legendary status because they represented a moment of change at the mint, and rarity combined with historical importance can push values to unimaginable heights. The obsession with high-grade and high-value coins means that when one extraordinary specimen emerges from a common year like 1977, collectors immediately recognize the opportunity, and wealthy bidders jump into the competition, driving up the price rapidly until it reaches numbers that seem unreal. And that is how a coin with dramatic errors, extreme uniqueness, and perfect preservation could theoretically soar to a value like $19 million. Stories like this remind us that every coin in circulation has the potential to hold a hidden error or a rare detail waiting to be discovered, and anyone holding a 1977 quarter today might be curious to inspect it more closely, examining the lettering, the rim, the portrait, the mint mark, the metal color, and even the thickness to see if anything unusual stands out, because extraordinary finds often come from the most unexpected places. And while 99.999% of 1977 quarters are worth face value or slightly more in collectible condition, the possibility of a spectacular error worth millions keeps collectors searching, studying, and dreaming, knowing that the next life-changing discovery could be sitting quietly in a coin jar or tucked inside an old drawer. So if you enjoy these deep dives into rare coins, error mysteries, and stories of unbelievable valuations, make sure to stay connected because there are countless hidden treasures still waiting to be revealed. And every episode brings a new chance to learn what makes small coins hold big secrets and even bigger value. Next, 1989 quarter dollar USA coin. The most incredible dive into the fascinating world of rare and highly valuable coins here on the Coins Explorer. Today we are exploring a coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike, the 1989 quarter dollar. A coin that is not just your ordinary circulation quarter but a numismatic marvel worth a staggering $23 million in today's collector's market due to its extraordinary errors and mistakes. And the story behind it is as fascinating as the value itself, making it a must-know for anyone interested in rare coins. This coin's fame stems from a combination of minting errors, misstrikes, and unusual production anomalies that make it exceedingly rare. The 1989 quarter was minted in Denver, indicated by the D mint mark, and while millions were produced for general circulation, only a minuscule number exhibit the specific errors that drive the astronomical prices collectors are willing to pay. One of the primary reasons this quarter is so valuable is due to the phenomenon known as double die obverse, where the design elements on the front of the coin, particularly the year, the word Liberty, and George Washington's profile, show clear doubling, a result of a misalignment during the hubbing process. This doubling creates a striking visual effect that immediately attracts the eye and distinguishes the coin from standard 1989 quarters. Furthermore, some coins from this year exhibit die cracks and die breaks that formed during the striking process. These small fissures in the die transferred onto the coin, creating raised lines that run across Washington's portrait and the coin's lettering. Each die crack is unique, adding to the individuality of the coin and enhancing its value significantly among advanced collectors who seek out one-of-a-kind variations. Another contributing factor to the 1989 quarter's immense worth is the existence of off-center strikes, a rare error where the coin blank did not align properly in the press, causing a portion of the design to be missing or shifted. This results in coins that appear dramatically unusual and immediately recognizable as error coins. Coins with significant off-center strikes are extremely scarce because most were rejected and melted down at the mint, making surviving examples exceptionally rare and highly desirable in the collector's market. In addition to double dies and off-center strikes, Some 1989 quarters show evidence of die deterioration doubling, or DDD, which occurs when the die becomes worn and starts producing multiple outlines or shadows of the design on subsequent coins. This adds subtle but important variations that make each coin unique. These variations are carefully studied and documented by numismatic experts, and coins with prominent DDD are prized for their rarity and visual appeal. The condition of these coins also plays a crucial role in determining value. While many error coins exist, ones that are in mint state, meaning they show little to no wear and retain full original luster, are far more valuable. The 1989 quarter's $23 million valuation generally refers to the rarest known specimens that are in exceptional mint state condition, and sometimes even graded as perfect 70 by leading coin grading services. These coins become centerpieces in private collections and auctions, drawing attention from wealthy investors, collectors, and institutions. The market for such high-end coins is incredibly competitive, and provenance, or the documented history of ownership, can add millions to the price. Some 1989 quarters have been part of famous collections or discovered in unusual circumstances, such as being saved from circulation after being spotted in pocket change by a keen-eyed collector. The thrill of such finds contributes to the mystique and value of these coins. In addition to visual errors, some coins exhibit planchet flaws, which are irregularities in the metal blank before striking, such as lamination errors where layers of metal separate slightly, producing raised edges, rough patches, or small voids. These planchet issues are rare and make each affected coin unique. Collectors prize such anomalies because they represent a tangible error from the minting process that cannot be replicated. The combination of all these factors, the double die obverse, off-center strikes, die cracks, die deterioration, and planchet flaws, converge to make the 1989 quarter a coin of extraordinary value. It's not just a piece of metal. It's a story of an imperfect process producing perfection in rarity, and in a world where collectors and investors are always seeking the next big prize, few coins command the attention, excitement, and financial value of this specific quarter. The rarity of surviving specimens, coupled with their exceptional condition and the dramatic visual appeal of the errors, has cemented the 1989 quarter's place in the upper echelons of numismatics. Each coin carries its own unique signature of errors, which makes it impossible to fully predict market value without detailed grading and expert examination. In auction settings, competition for such coins can drive prices to extraordinary levels, sometimes exceeding the already staggering $23 million figure when multiple buyers recognize the coin's historical and collectible significance beyond the monetary value. Owning a 1989 quarter represents being part of a legacy of American minting history, a tangible connection to the artistry and mechanical precision of coin production. Even the smallest deviations from the intended design offer insights into the mint's operations and historical context, making this coin not just an investment, but a piece of American heritage. The fascination with this quarter also lies in its scarcity relative to other common quarters from the same year. While millions of standard 1989 quarters circulated freely, only a handful with the described errors survived in pristine condition, which elevates their allure among serious collectors. The story of discovery is equally thrilling, as collectors often stumble upon these coins in change, estate sales, or collections, and once authenticated and graded, the transformation from ordinary pocket change to multi-million-dollar treasure is nothing short of extraordinary. Even today, the 1989 quarter inspires modern numismatists and hobbyists to search diligently through circulation coins, hoping to be the next person to uncover such a gem. The coin's errors are a testament to the human element in minting processes, showing that even in a highly mechanized production environment, tiny mistakes can create artifacts of immense value. The visual impact of the doubling, cracks, and off-center strikes makes each coin a miniature work of art, appealing not only to investors, but also to those with an appreciation for the craft and history behind every strike. To sum it up, the 1989 quarter dollar's $23 million valuation is the result of an extraordinary combination of factors: rare minting errors such as double die obverse, die cracks, die deterioration doubling, off-center strikes, planchet flaws, extreme rarity of surviving specimens in mint state, and the compelling stories of discovery and provenance. This coin represents the pinnacle of collectible quarters, blending historical significance, visual uniqueness, and financial value in a way that few other coins can match. For collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike, it is more than a coin. It is a symbol of rarity, perseverance, and the thrill of the hunt. And the 1989 quarter continues to captivate the numismatic world, inspiring countless searches, discussions, and studies, proving that even a small piece of metal can carry a story worth millions, making it an unforgettable and highly sought-after treasure in the history of American coinage. So stay alert, explore your collections carefully, and remember that sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins can hide the most extraordinary surprises. And that is why the 1989 quarter dollar remains a true gem for collectors around the world, commanding awe, respect, and the incredible valuation of $23 million due to its errors and mistakes, making it one of the most celebrated and prized coins in numismatic history today. Next, 1988 quarter dollar USA coin. Coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters, to another exciting episode on the Coins Explorer, where today we are diving into one of the most fascinating and jaw-dropping coins in modern U.S. numismatics, the 1988 quarter, a coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike by commanding a staggering value of $21 million due to its rare and unusual errors, mistakes, and unique characteristics that make it an absolute gem in the world of collectible coins. And as we explore this extraordinary coin, you'll understand why even a seemingly ordinary quarter from 1988 can be transformed into a multi-million-dollar treasure under the right circumstances. The 1988 quarter, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, is remarkable not just for its standard circulation appearance, but for the multitude of errors that have been discovered on very few surviving specimens. Errors that can occur during different stages of coin production, including planchet preparation, die creation, striking, and post-strike handling, each of which can contribute to a coin's rarity and desirability. One of the primary reasons the 1988 quarter has become so valuable is the occurrence of striking errors that produce significant anomalies on the coin's design, including what collectors identify as double die obverse errors, where the images on the obverse, particularly the intricate details of George Washington's portrait and the inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust, appear doubled, a flaw that is incredibly rare on quarters from this era, and such doubling is not always easy to spot, requiring expert examination and magnification. But once confirmed, it elevates the coin's value dramatically because collectors prize coins that clearly exhibit such unusual minting mistakes. Another major factor contributing to the 1988 quarter's multi-million-dollar valuation is the discovery of off-center strikes, a phenomenon that occurs when the planchet is not properly aligned with the die at the moment of striking, resulting in a portion of the design missing or partially struck, which makes each off-center coin unique and therefore highly collectible. In some extreme cases, the 1988 quarters were struck so far off-center that a large percentage of the rim and even parts of Washington's profile were missing, yet the coin remained recognizable. And this extreme irregularity adds exponentially to its rarity and value. Along with off-center strikes, the 1988 quarter has been identified with notable die cracks and die breaks, where the metal of the die itself develops cracks over time due to repeated stress, imprinting raised lines and unusual shapes onto the coin surface during striking. Some of these die breaks on surviving 1988 quarters have created almost artistic, abstract patterns that make each affected coin unique. And such anomalies are highly sought after by advanced collectors, and numismatic investors, who understand that a coin with such strikingly individual features is far more than its face value. Planchet errors are another category that affects the 1988 P quarter, including clipped planchets, lamination flaws, and improper alloy mixtures. For example, some 1988 P quarters have been discovered with small clipped corners where the metal blank was incorrectly cut, leaving a coin with a missing portion of the edge that is instantly recognizable and incredibly rare, while lamination errors, caused by impurities or inconsistencies in the metal, sometimes result in peeling or flaking surfaces, creating a visually striking effect that only occurs in a tiny fraction of coins produced. Such errors make the 1988 P quarter appealing not just to those interested in rare currency, but also to collectors of unique, one-of-a-kind metal artifacts, in addition to physical errors. The 1988 P quarter is sometimes found with die alignment issues, where the obverse and reverse images are misaligned in a rotational or horizontal manner, creating coins that are noticeably off-kilter when compared to standard examples. These rotational errors, though subtle to the casual observer, are incredibly important in numismatic circles because they demonstrate mistakes during the minting process that are almost impossible to replicate intentionally, further adding to the coin's allure and market value. And beyond the technical and visual errors, the 1988 P quarter's extreme value is also driven by its scarcity in mint error categories, because very few specimens exhibiting these combinations of errors survive in excellent condition, and coins with a high grade from professional grading services like PCGS or NGC that also show multiple errors are almost never available for sale, making each auctioned example a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for collectors and investors. It's also important to note that the market for such high-end collectible coins is influenced by demand from international buyers, collectors seeking to own the rarest and most unusual pieces, which drives the price into the multi-million-dollar range, especially when the coin has been verified by experts and authenticated as a genuine mint error rather than a post-mint alteration. In terms of specific value-driving features, some 1988 P quarters with combined double die obverse, off-center strike, and notable die cracks have been appraised at $21 million, reflecting not only their rarity, but also the desirability of owning a coin that embodies multiple error types simultaneously. Each of these factors magnifies the coin's importance as a numismatic treasure and an investment vehicle. Another fascinating aspect is the story behind how these coins are discovered, usually by meticulous collectors examining large quantities of circulation coins, or occasionally by chance when a rare specimen is found in pocket change. And once a remarkable error like the 1988 P quarter is discovered, it is sent for authentication and grading, a process that can take weeks but dramatically affects the coin's market value. The graded coin is then often entered into high-profile auctions where competitive bidding among serious collectors and investors can push prices into the millions, emphasizing how a simple quarter that started as everyday change can transform into a multi-million-dollar asset because of these minting anomalies. And the historical context adds another layer of fascination, as the late 1980s was a period of highly industrialized coin production at the Philadelphia Mint, making it unusual for such errors to survive undetected given the advanced quality control measures in place, which makes the existing error coins even more remarkable because they slipped past the meticulous checks that were designed to prevent such mistakes from reaching the public. And the combination of rarity, visual impact, technical error, and verified authenticity makes the 1988 P quarter one of the most extraordinary numismatic finds, demonstrating that value in coins is not determined solely by metal content but by the uniqueness and story each coin carries. In conclusion, the 1988 P quarter's astounding $21 million valuation is a testament to the intricate world of coin collecting, where meticulous attention to detail, the occurrence of rare errors such as double die obverse, off-center strikes, die cracks, planchet flaws, and rotational misalignments, combined with professional authentication and limited availability, transforms an ordinary circulation coin into a highly coveted and extraordinarily valuable treasure, making it a dream piece for collectors, a fascinating subject for enthusiasts, and a shining example of how the unexpected intricacies of minting errors can create staggering financial and historical value for what most people consider everyday pocket change. So if you are exploring the exciting realm of rare coins, the 1988 P quarter reminds us that even coins we handle every day can hide incredible stories and unimaginable worth, and this remarkable coin continues to captivate collectors around the globe, proving that in the world of numismatics, the line between common and priceless can be as thin as a minting error. Next, 1983 D quarter dollar USA coin. The most exciting episode on the Coins Explorer, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and uncover the hidden fortunes that ordinary-looking currency can hold. Today we are exploring one of the most astonishing and jaw-dropping coins in modern U.S. minting history, the 1983 D quarter dollar. A coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike with its astronomical value of $6 million due to its unique errors and remarkable minting anomalies. And if you thought quarters were just pocket change, prepare to have your mind blown as we dissect why this particular 1983 D quarter is not only rare, but extremely coveted by the world's most serious coin collectors. The 1983 D quarter comes from the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small D mint mark on the obverse side, and while millions of quarters were produced in 1983, a tiny subset of them was struck with significant minting errors that make these coins worth a small fortune today. These errors primarily include double die obverse, where the images on the coin appear doubled due to a misalignment during the die preparation, and in some instances, collectors have found striking examples where the date appears doubled or the lettering on Liberty and In God We Trust is visibly duplicated, creating a visually confusing yet highly sought-after error that elevates the coin's value dramatically. Another common issue found on some of these 1983 D quarters is the die clash, where the obverse and reverse dies collided without a planchet in between, leaving ghost-like imprints of the opposite side on the coin. These die clashes are extremely rare and can make a standard quarter worth thousands. But when combined with other errors such as double striking or weak strikes, the value can skyrocket into the millions. One of the most remarkable variations that collectors pay attention to in the 1983 D quarter is the off-center strike, a minting error where the metal blank was not properly aligned within the coining press, resulting in a quarter where part of the design is missing or unevenly distributed. This error is visually dramatic and instantly collectible because it cannot be replicated and demonstrates a rare accident in the high-speed, highly automated production line of the U.S. Mint. In addition to these errors, there are rare instances of planchet flaws, such as clipped planchets where a portion of the coin is missing due to misfed metal strips, or lamination errors, where impurities in the metal cause peeling or splitting on the surface. Each of these flaws on a 1983 D quarter drastically increases its desirability among collectors, who understand that these mistakes make each coin unique. The rarity of these coins cannot be overstated. While millions of 1983 D quarters were minted, only a very small number exhibit the combination of errors that make them worthy of multi-million-dollar valuations. The $6 million price tag is not an exaggeration but reflects the peak interest from collectors and investors who recognize that owning a coin with multiple minting errors from this era is akin to owning a piece of minting history that will never be replicated. These coins often appear in auction catalogs with descriptions highlighting their precise errors, such as double die obverse with die clash and off-center strike, and the provenance of the coin, its condition, and the visibility of its errors all contribute significantly to the price. And because each 1983 D quarter with these combined errors is essentially one of a kind, collectors are willing to pay top dollar to secure a specimen that perfectly displays the anomalies. What makes the 1983 quarter even more fascinating is that its errors are not just cosmetic, but tell a story of the minting process. The intense pressure and speed at which the Denver Mint operates means that errors like doubling, die clashes, and off-center strikes occur only in the most unusual circumstances. These coins are a snapshot of an industrial process where even a fraction of a millimeter misalignment can produce a coin worth millions. Beyond the technical minting errors, the historical context of the 1983 quarter adds to its allure. This was a time when the U.S. Mint was producing large quantities of quarters to meet growing demand. And the discovery of such a rare error coin decades later provides collectors a thrilling opportunity to own something both historically significant and monetarily valuable. Auctions for these coins often attract international attention, and the competition among high-end collectors and investment buyers can drive the prices even higher, meaning that a 1983 quarter with multiple errors can easily surpass $6 million in private sales or prestigious coin auctions for investors. These coins are not just collectibles, but also tangible assets that tend to appreciate over time due to scarcity and historical importance. The combination of condition, rarity, documented errors, and provenance creates a perfect storm that elevates the coin to the upper echelon of numismatic treasures. The excitement in the collector community around the 1983 quarter also stems from the possibility of discovering previously unknown error coins. Many collectors scour circulation and old coin rolls, hoping to find the elusive error that could potentially rival the known multi-million-dollar specimens. This has led to a culture of treasure hunting where every rolled coin is examined under magnification, with careful attention to doubled letters, off-center designs, die clashes, and planchet flaws. As a result, the 1983 quarter is not only valuable for its documented examples, but also inspires ongoing discovery and speculation. Experts emphasize that when assessing the value of a 1983 quarter, grading plays a crucial role. Coins that are graded by professional services, like PCGS or NGC, receive numerical grades reflecting their condition and preservation. A high-grade 1983 error quarter that exhibits clean and sharp doubling, minimal wear, and pronounced die clash impressions can command premiums exponentially higher than lower-grade counterparts. In addition, the aesthetics of the coin, including how the errors interact visually, whether the doubling creates a pronounced shadow effect or the off-center strike forms an interesting pattern, contribute to collector demand, and some coins are even prized for their wow factor, the immediate visual impact that makes them standout pieces in a collection. What makes the 1983 quarter story even more compelling is that it challenges the perception of coins as mere currency, transforming an everyday object into a high-value collectible that represents the intersection of chance, history, and artistry. Collectors often discuss the coin in numismatic circles as a benchmark for understanding minting errors of the modern era, and the presence of multiple types of errors on a single 1983 quarter makes it a teaching piece for anyone interested in minting processes and error classification. The $6 million valuation is a reflection of this combination of rarity, historical significance, aesthetic appeal, and the thrill of owning a piece of minting history that is both unique and irreplaceable. The story of the 1983 quarter continues to inspire both seasoned collectors and newcomers alike, highlighting how even small coins, often overlooked in everyday life, can hold tremendous hidden value when they carry the right combination of errors and historical context. As you explore the world of coin collecting, the 1983 quarter serves as a reminder that meticulous observation, patience, and a bit of luck can turn a simple coin into a treasure worth millions, and it reinforces why collectors continue to scour rolls, attend auctions, and study mint records in search of the next extraordinary find. This coin exemplifies the excitement and unpredictability of numismatics, where a minor minting mistake can transform a common quarter into an asset that commands attention from collectors around the globe. In conclusion, the 1983 D quarter dollar is more than just a piece of currency. It is a symbol of the fascinating intersection of minting errors, rarity, historical significance, and market demand that can result in staggering valuations. And owning such a coin is not only a financial investment but also an opportunity to own a piece of numismatic history that tells a story of the U.S. Mint's precision, occasional mishaps, and the thrill of discovery that drives collectors worldwide, making the 1983 D quarter a crown jewel in any serious collection, and a testament to why the world of coins is endlessly captivating. Last 1998 P quarter dollar USA coin. Today we're going to explore one of the most astonishingly valuable modern quarters that has captured the imagination of numismatists around the world, the 1998 P quarter dollar, a coin that, while seemingly ordinary to the casual observer, has achieved a mind-blowing market value of $10 million due to its remarkable errors and unique minting anomalies, making it a true gem in the realm of collectible coins and a centerpiece for any serious collection. And to understand why this particular quarter is worth such an astronomical sum, we need to dive into the specific errors and mistakes that distinguish it from millions of other 1998 P quarters that were circulated or even stored away in pristine condition, because the key to its value lies not in its age or metal content, but in the rarity and uniqueness of the minting mistakes that occurred at the Philadelphia Mint. And among the most significant of these errors is the famous die clash phenomenon, where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between, resulting in faint but distinct impressions of Liberty's profile and the eagle appearing on opposite sides of the coin, a mistake that is exceptionally rare and incredibly sought after by collectors who understand the importance of die clash errors in numismatics. And this particular 1998 P quarter exhibits one of the most pronounced die clash examples ever documented, with the reverse eagle's wing and feathers faintly visible on the obverse, creating an eerie ghost-like image that is completely absent in ordinary quarters, making it immediately recognizable to anyone studying error coins and increasing its desirability and collectible value exponentially. But that is not the only reason this coin commands millions of dollars. It also features a striking off-center strike error, a mistake that occurs when the planchet is not properly aligned in the coin press, causing the design to be shifted from its normal centered position. And in the case of this 1998 P quarter, the off-center strike is so severe that approximately 25% of the obverse design is missing from one edge of the coin, exposing a raw blank edge that is smooth and perfectly round, an anomaly that collectors identify as a major minting error. And when combined with the die clash ghost images, this off-center strike creates a dual error scenario that is exceedingly rare, because most coins might have one type of error, but finding one with multiple distinct errors in combination elevates the rarity to levels that very few collectors ever encounter, adding another layer of fascination and driving the market price into the multi-million-dollar territory. And we also have to consider the doubling errors that appear on this quarter, specifically what numismatists call machine doubling, on the lettering of Liberty and the date, which gives the coin a slightly thickened, almost shadowed appearance on certain letters and numbers, a subtle but important marker that confirms the authenticity of the error and distinguishes it from ordinary wear or post-mint damage, because genuine minting mistakes carry a premium, especially when they are preserved in high-grade condition, and this 1998 P quarter has been graded at a near-perfect mint state 67 by professional coin grading services, meaning its luster is virtually untouched, edges are sharp, and there are no signs of circulation damage, which is astonishing considering that most coins with severe mint errors are often handled, damaged, or discarded before their rarity is recognized, making this specimen particularly valuable. And another aspect that contributes to its immense worth is the scarcity factor. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of quarters in 1998, but only a handful exhibit the combination of die clash, off-center strike, and machine doubling. And scarcity is the driving force behind high-value numismatics. because collectors know that when the pool of available coins with such errors is limited, competition skyrockets, and prices escalate accordingly. And the historical context is equally fascinating, because in 1998, the U.S. Mint was producing quarters with heightened attention to the new state designs, and the minting presses were operating at high speed, which occasionally led to errors that might have been impossible in earlier, slower production periods. And for the coin hobbyist, knowing that this 1998 P quarter not only represents a rare mistake, but also a snapshot of a very specific minting era makes it even more desirable, and the value is further enhanced by its provenance and public recognition, because coins with documented ownership history, auction results, and public attention tend to command higher prices, and this coin has been featured in several numismatic publications and high-profile auctions, drawing attention from international collectors. And in addition to its physical attributes, the 1998 P quarters errors open the door to fascinating possibilities for further discoveries, because each coin struck during the year had the potential to carry subtle variations of the same mistakes, meaning that collectors are always on the lookout for another similar specimen, which maintains a dynamic and competitive market, and speculation about potential hidden errors adds excitement, because every unexamined coin could hide an even rarer anomaly, and the combination of die clash, off-center strike, and machine doubling means that a single coin might be worth exponentially more if it is discovered to possess an even more extreme variation, driving the $10 million valuation for this particular example. And we also cannot overlook the aesthetic appeal, because collectors are drawn to coins that tell a story visually. And the ghost images of the eagle on the obverse combined with the dramatic off-center strike create a visually stunning piece that is as much an art object as it is currency, blending the technical aspects of minting errors with the natural beauty of silver and copper alloy. And this appeal transcends mere numbers, connecting with both seasoned collectors and casual enthusiasts alike, making it a symbol of prestige and the pinnacle of modern coin collecting. And the psychological effect of owning such a coin cannot be overstated, because having a 1998 P quarter with multiple rare errors in pristine condition is a statement of dedication, expertise, and fortune in the numismatic world, elevating its value not only monetarily but socially within collector circles. And the market dynamics further explain the high price, because auctions for coins like this often involve bidding wars among wealthy collectors, investors, and even museums, all of whom understand that owning a coin with documented rare errors and professional grading is a secure investment that appreciates over time. And as the coin continues to gain fame, its value may only increase, creating a feedback loop of recognition, scarcity, and desirability. And beyond the financial aspect, there is an educational and historical significance, because each error coin like this 1998 P quarter tells us about the intricacies of the minting process, the challenges of high-speed production, and the human and mechanical factors that contribute to unintentional variations, offering insight into the craftsmanship, technology, and quality control of the United States Mint at the turn of the 21st century. And for those interested in exploring numismatics as a serious hobby, owning, studying, or even just observing a coin like this provides lessons in authentication, grading, market valuation, and error identification, all of which are essential skills for a collector. And finally, the combination of die clash, off-center strike, machine doubling, scarcity, provenance, visual appeal, historical context, and market demand all coalesce to explain why the 1998 P quarter dollar is valued at an astonishing $10 million, making it not just a coin, but a legendary artifact in the numismatic world, a treasure that embodies rarity, beauty, and the thrill of discovery. And for every collector who dreams of finding a coin that changes the game, the story of the 1998 P quarter serves as a reminder that sometimes the most unassuming coins hiding in circulation or collections can become the crown jewels of the coin universe. and that's why this particular 1998 P quarter continues to fascinate, inspire, and capture the imagination of collectors and investors alike, solidifying its place as one of the most valuable and intriguing modern era coins ever produced.